In this video, we're going to look at how we can create a console-based app for doing OCR on Windows, Linux, and macOS using the Apryse SDK and .NET Core. So we'll start off by creating a new app, and we'll call it OCR Demo. I'm using .NET 8.0, but you can use the Apryse SDK with other versions of .NET Core, or indeed with Node, C++, and so on. Next, we'll install the Apryse SDK using NuGet, though you could do it manually. We'll use the package manager and choose the .NET x64 version of PDFTron, the Apryse SDK library. And now we'll add it to our application. Great, we've now got some more files present, and we've got all the files we need for Windows, Linux, and macOS. While the Apryse SDK includes all the functionality that we need for many of the operations that we do on a day-to-day basis, it doesn't include the OCR module as standard, so we need to install that separately. And there's a separate module to download whether you're using Windows, Linux, or macOS. Here, I'm going to download the Windows one. Once I've got that, I need to extract the archive. I can place that where I want, but I will need to know it so that I can specify add resource search path and that folder when we get into the code in just a moment. Okay, that's a lib file installed, and you can see I've also added a samples folder which contains the file that I'm going to OCR in just a moment. Let's go back into Visual Studio and take the default code that was created when we made the project and replace it with our own. So this is a little more complex. We're importing the PDFTron libraries. We're initializing PDFNet, passing in a license key. Then we're adding the resource search path to point at the library that we've just installed, and they just need to match the same location wherever you've placed it. Then we're using the OCR module and using image to PDF to take the input file, OCR it, and then save it as a linearized PDF. We're then calling pdfnet.terminate in order to release any resources that are in use. And finally, we've just got a main function that's going to take command line arguments and allow them to be passed into the convert function. Awesome. Let's run that code and we'll see what we get. I'm using .NET Run, but you could use the Windows debugger if you preferred. I'm also specifying the path to the file I want converted and the name of the PDF that I want to be created. The OCR library is now taking the TIFF and creating a PDF that looks the same, but has a hidden text layer within it. Cool, that's done. Let's look at our PDF that we've just created. You can see now that not only is there text, but we can select that text, and we could copy that into a Word document if we wished, or anything else that we want to use that information for. And because we're using .NET Core, we can run the same source code on Windows, Linux, and macOS. We will need to download a different OCR module for Linux compared to the one we had for Windows, and drop that into the folder in the same way as we did before. But once we've done that, the source code is the same, and we can run it in the same way as before. So here's it running, and here's the resulting PDF. Awesome. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it useful. If you have, click on subscribe and you'll hear when we create new videos. Catch you next time.